I just got my MRI results back. Let's check them out. All right, we are in the dungeon right now. We're out in the garage with my setup, but I got the paperwork here, the final report on the MRI. So basically, I've had lower back issues for the longest time. I'm talking years. I remember when I was 12, I had to get a steroid shot. I remember I was waking up in bed. I couldn't move. The pain was just so paralyzing that I had to lay in bed all day, and I was like bedridden for the whole day. The next day I was sore, and I've been like that for years, on and off.
Had to insert this video clip, but mind you, I've been overweight most of my life. Especially as a child and a young adult, I have been 200 plus, 300 plus. So yes, I do believe that my weight has been a factor for my back issues.
I've trained jiu-jitsu, I've lifted weights, I've pulled my back, trying to deadlift, trying to squat wrong, trying to use, what I thought was, good technique, but the weight was too much. I wasn't ready for it, just really unprepared, undertrained. It's unfortunate because you don't know what you don't know. You think you have common sense when you're going under heavy stuff like that, but the ego really takes over, especially when you're younger and you're trying to hit PRs. Anyway, that's what's been going on. This last year, I was really hitting crazy PRs on the squats, on the bench, on the deadlifts. And I think with the amount of training and the amount of work and the amount of loads, I woke up, and I remember this weekend, I woke up stuck. I was scared. I really thought like, oh shoot, I think I really did it this time. I think my back it actually gave out. But the weekend prior to that, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday was heavy lifting, Saturday was heavy lifting, Sunday was a lot of moving, a lot of walking, without any really rest. I think my back muscles were just inflamed enough where the nerves, were shocked, so to speak, and the disc started to bulge or finally give out. Nonetheless, I decided to get an MRI. Took a while, work, schedule, getting the doctors to get everything scheduled. You got to go in and talk to the doctor before the MRI and let the doctor know what's going on. And then you got to do some blood work. On top of all of that, I've been dealing with the sciatic nerves forever as well, jumping from my left side to my right side, which freaky enough. All right, so let's jump right into it. Basically, they shoved me in a metal tube with an electric field inside that warms you up like a microwave. Conus and phylum. Don't know what that is. The conus and phylum are normal. There's a W in the chat right there. Moderate faucet joint arthrosis at the L4/5 level. Not good. Bilateral L5 pars interarticularis defects with surrounding cortication and evidence of chronic defects. That sounds bad. Interrolisthesis of the L5/S1 level by approximately 9 millimeters, which is less than 25% of the end plate length, consists with the grade 1 spondylolisthesis. No acute compression fractures are visualized. Bruh. Abdominal aorta and retroperitoneum. This is not good, chat. Well, actually, this part is good. Everything is normal, caliber and couture. There's no focal abnormalities seen within the visualized portions of the retroperitoneum. Image kidneys are normal. There's another W, chat. This is where it gets a little heavy. Intervertebral levels. L1 to L2. Normal. no disc herniation or bulge, no central canal stenosis, no lateral recess, or neuroforminal narrowing. I almost read that without hiccuping or messing up. Neuroforminal narrowing. Narrowing. So it looks like L1 to L2, we're good. All good, healthy. L2 to 3, normal. No disc herniation or bulge, no central canal stenosis, no lateral recess, or neuroforminal narrowing. Let's get the good out of the way before we get to the bad. When I got this news, when she's reading off everything, I'm like, I have no idea what these words mean. The feeling that I got when she explained it to me in layman's terms, I haven't felt like that, I don't think, ever as an adult. I was actually really concerned. I was kind of like scared. But it didn't seem like it was the end, right? It seemed like it seemed like there's not a fix, but there was a prevent any further damage. And I was like, okay, that made me feel a little bit better. And I actually have people in my corner, especially my coach, who is helping me rehab my body, help me stay strong and get stronger while working through my injury, working through and making it stronger and livable. I got people in my corner I'm so grateful for. But first, let's talk about the bad. Okay, so already in the L3 to the 4, we got shallow disc bulge. We got arthritis, mild joint arthritis. The bones, like the spine itself, like in the discs, they're deteriorating. Like they're disappearing. L4 through 5, more disc bulging. That's great. Moderate facet or faucet joint arthritis or arthrosis, which is arthritis, and ligamentum flavum thickening. Mild bilateral foraminal narrowing. Again, bulging discs, arthritis. My bones are deteriorating. And then L5 through S1, shallow disc bulge, and bilateral L5 pars interarticularis defects. There is severe bilateral foraminal narrowing, this level with cyst-like impingement of the exiting L5 nerve root. This got me. No high-grade central canal stenosis. Okay, so there is basically the tissue is so like inflamed that on both sides I'm getting signals of sciatic nerve pain, basically. On top of the shallow disc bulge, severe bilateral foraminal narrowing. Basically what I do know is that there is mild arthritis in my lower back, bulging discs, nerve damage. This says impression, multi-level degenerative disc disease and faucet joint arthrosis of the lumbar spine. Not good. Not good at all. Degenerative disc disease. That does not, when she told me that, I can feel like I want to cry. Like I was like, am I gonna be wheelchair bound? Like what? Like this isn't good news at all. Like I thought I was gonna come in here and be like, oh, you got a bulging disc. We'll give you some steroid shots and you'll be good to get back under a barbell. Squat 500, deadlift 700. No, I'll probably never touch a barbell ever again. Okay, L5 bilateral chronic appearing pars interarticularis defects with grade 1 spondylolisthesis and shallow disc bulge. This is contributing to severe foraminal narrowing at the L5 through S1 level with suspected impingement of the exiting L5 nerve roots. And mild central canal stenosis, most significant at the L3 through 4 levels. Not good at all. All reports, both verbal and nonverbal, are conducted in the Central Time Zone, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got. My lumbar is cooked. I'm looking at this and it just, my spine lumbar is literally deteriorating. I have bulging discs, I have arthritis, I have nerve damage, and I just gotta keep working. I gotta keep showing up every day. I don't really have any excuses. I don't really know like where it began, to be honest with you, because I've always had back issues as a kid growing up, you know, just something happened here, something happened there, and then I guess over time it's just added up. I wrestled, I played football, trained jiu-jitsu. I've pulled my back trying to, you know, pull ridiculous weights. I've woken up like, hey, I can't move. Huh? We'll just call in sick or, you know, miss a couple days and get back to it. So, I mean, I don't even know. I want to say take care of your body, but how, you know, how was I supposed to know when something happens like that? They're like, oh, well, let's go get you a steroid shot, or let's go to the doctors and they're like, oh, you might have like a bladder infection or something. I'm like, a bladder infection is gonna make me not want to, like, make me bedridden. You know, as a kid, you're like, okay, whatever. That's what the doctors are saying. That's what everyone's saying, whatever. But now as an adult, I have to deal with this, and I'm like, I don't even know at what point where I could have done anything. You know, I mean, I don't know. And it's not affected me except the fact that some days are worse than others as far as pain goes. Sometimes I literally have pain from my hip all through my leg, down in my ankle. And I'm like, dude, I feel like my ankle's about to explode. But it is what it is, because I still have to show up. I've got a child, I've got bills, I got things I got to take care of. I got expectations. You know, people expect me to show up and do things. I got a job. You know, people expect me to come into work. I've got a lot of weight on my shoulders. So this really can't slow me down. So the next thing at this point is my doctor is getting with a specialist, a pain specialist. As far as I've been told, they're not gonna go in and scrape out the bone. I guess that somehow that just gets rid of the pain, or it helps with the pain or something like that. I don't know. But because they don't do that, they're most likely gonna give me injections in my lower back to help with the pain. I'm still gonna, you know, keep lifting and exercising and moving and working and stretching and doing my mobility work. I'm gonna continue to do that. And I'm very thankful, like I said earlier, I've got people in my corner who are here to help me, and they know that I have these back pains, and especially my good friend, my coach, Brandon Harris. Gotta give him a shout out because he knows what I'm going through. He knows exactly what I'm going through. His back, non-existent. He broke his back. He's got the worst of the worst, but he's in great shape. And he's still lifting and doing mobility and doing the best that he can. And he's coached for a long time. He's been in he's pulled crazy weight, powerlifting, bodybuilding athletes. He's worked with them all. And now he's working with me, and we're doing everything to strengthen my back, strengthen my core, continue to have good lifts, continue to shred body fat, help me get in shape. We've talked about exploring the possibility of transitioning to an athlete, like a competitive physical athlete, jiu-jitsu, MMA, all that stuff, to a show athlete, possibly doing some bodybuilding. I don't know yet. I don't know. But we've talked about it because I don't even know how much I have left to give on the mats without just one more move, one more incident. I've wrestled and I've trained jiu-jitsu. I've blown my knees out. I've torn my meniscus in both knees. Maybe I've never had surgery. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at the point where it's like I miss it and it eats at me every day because I'm not on the mats. But I got a son now, and I want to be able to run and pick him up and wrestle with him. And when he gets old enough, I want to be able to keep up with him. So it's just, I feel like there's a lot to unpack here, but the next thing from here is to just go to the pain specialist, talk with a pain specialist, and go from there. I don't know if he's gonna tell me, yeah, you better stop lifting, because I don't know why you've been lifting or doing this and that, but I doubt he's gonna say that. I highly doubt that, but nonetheless, whatever the pain specialist says, we're just going to go from there. I know I'm getting a new doctor soon because there's just a lot of weird stuff going on in the country in the medical field, and doctors are moving around, and healthcare is moving around, and plans are getting canceled, and people are moving around. It's just a weird time right now. It's 2025, it's November, it's almost 2026, a lot of crazies going on. Anyway, I am going to do a full blood panel, get all my testosterone, everything checked. I mean, I'm getting everything checked and seeing, exploring the possibility of transitioning to enhanced. There, I said it. I might have mentioned it before, but I've made up my mind. But I will say, if I can push it off a little bit longer and stay natural, I will. I mean, I'm not gonna lose anything. I'm not gonna benefit anything. But for me personally, I'm ready to meet my maximum potential. And I'll save that for another video. We'll talk about all the blood work and why I want to do this and what my thoughts are about doing all the blood work. But I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Stay. The journey is just going to keep getting better and better and better, no matter what we go through. And I'm here for you. I appreciate you guys that are always watching my videos, commenting, DMing me, asking me questions. Feel free to ask more questions down below. If you guys are going through something like this, I really do hope that you take the extra steps and, are doing what I'm doing and taking your health and life more serious, and start going to the doctor, start getting more checkups, start asking more questions. When you're in that office with that doctor, ask questions. And I know it feels uncomfortable at times, but you only get one life. And I feel like it's up to us to make the best of it for us and for our families. Thank you so much. Please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next video.